With your logo's digital assets created and available to your team, you're half done. Now you need to tell anyone who might use your logo how to use it. It's important to define unequivocal rules for the placement and positioning of your logo in various sizes, as well as the correct versions to use in specific situations and media. After all that work creating different sizes and color versions, you don't want an agency ignorantly using the wrong one. Nor do you want someone placing your logo so close to other page elements that the logo is difficult to distinguish. Neither should be a problem with well-defined and clearly communicated logo usage guidelines. In this clip, we're going to define those guidelines. In the next clip, we'll focus on communicating them. Decide logo usage guidelines by answering the following questions. Which versions of brand assets should be used with which medium? All those assets we just talked about creating. Tell your designers, marketing people, and everyone which is the correct file format and color edition or range of such assets for print, for video, and all other media. In which media should the logo with the tagline be used, and in which should the logo without the tagline be used? Your logo may have other variations too, such as a stacked version where all elements sit atop one another, and a horizontal version where the company name is beside the more visual component or crest of the logo. When and where should each be used? Which specific version should be used with which background colors? When the background color is amorphous or fails to contrast with the digital asset, what should be done? Do you want to allow a drop shadow to be added to your asset? If not, plan to say that, because someone will undoubtedly add a drop shadow should the asset fail to contrast without one. Be mindful of other treatments your asset might receive to separate it from its background, and either create assets to preempt such needs or specifically disallow any such modification of the asset. In what other situations are specific layouts, colors, or variations of the brand assets allowed and disallowed? Try to think of every place you, your personnel, your vendors and partners, and the press might want to use your logo or brand asset. What is the minimum allowed distance of the asset from the edges of the page in all mediums? Placement is crucial in most mediums. Too close to the edge in a printed work, and the logo could be cut off by the paper shifting during trimming, or in the digital realm by overlay elements such as scroll bars or pop-ups. What is the minimum allowed distance of the asset from other elements? Specifying the required empty space around important assets like logos is important to keep a separation from other elements and allow viewers to correctly identify brand elements such as the logo. Finally, and especially, ask yourself this question. If I had absolute control over every possible use of my logo and every other visual brand element, how would I want those elements used? Now, realize that you do have that absolute control, and as the manager of your brand, it's your responsibility to exercise that control. Write down the answers to all of these questions. These are your logo usage rules and guidelines. Next, let's communicate those to brand agents.